the whole idea of having you on was to clarify the assault, the word assault, the charges, just to clarify that when people were able to do that and pretty much just call and say he did this, that, and the other, and nothing really happens to them. Usually it doesn't. You still have that smudge on you because people still want to know, well, what really happened? And I had mentioned it to you before we talked. There's people that have made points, you know, on your side, on their side, whatever. One of the biggest ones was, and this is reason too for having you on the show, is because the dude showed his entire vagina in the video. He had countless opportunities to step up and really be a man and pull you aside and do things like that. And we'll get into the video in a second. But that's reason two for having you on the show. Now, I don't like to have any of my friends, male, female, to have somebody call the police and say they did this, that, the other, and that shit just kind of flies and the internet does what it does. Because I don't want none of my people to look a certain way. And look, I'm not trying to save hip hop. I'm not trying to save the day. But when it's people I know and it's people I fuck with, I'm gonna stand up. You know, so with that said, go ahead and let them know the origin of it, you know, because it was positive at the time. So let's go back to when times were good.
Okay, so I'm working on a new album. I'm not gonna plug the album because that's not what I'm here for.
No, plug the album too.
All right, it's called Built From Scratch, and I got featuring Pawz One, featuring you. I got Beyond, I got Micah 9, I got 2Mex, I got Polka One, I got Stro, I got an El Pecador, Sinful from the Mexicans, and I have Destruct. So it's been a cool album. And,
shout out to Stro, that's my boy right there.
Oh man.
Yeah, Monstro, yes sir.
So it's gonna be a pretty solid album. So I've been having a really good time up until this individual. And you know what? I've known Destruct for a really long time, man, and it really disappointed me with that type of behavior because I showed him a lot of love. I showed him a lot of hospitality. I got a video for him. I paid him.
Not to cut you off, but when you say behavior, because you mentioned something to me, and I believe it to be true because I've been in the studio with him. There was a interaction you guys had when you guys were working on a song. Okay. That's the behavior you're talking about, or what is the behavior that you saw initially where you're kind of like, maybe he's not who he says he is?
Okay, well, I had contacted you first. But, you know, if people who know you, they know what time it is. And we put our stuff to the side because you're going through some things. So, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. So we didn't talk for a minute. So I went on to the next project, which was Destruct, and you didn't say anything. You kept it professional. I didn't even know. And that's mad love because I want everybody involved with this album to have a good time. So got Destruct in this. Did I say Destruct? I meant bitch-struct. Oh, I meant snitch-struct. So I got him in the studio. I paid for 2 sessions. Man, after the song that we laid out, he had a meltdown in the studio. He was just unhappy about everything left and right. And I still try to stay quiet. Hold up.
Okay. Moving forward. Before it turns into total chaos.
Yeah, don't give me the button.
No, but for real though, look. No, but like
Pawz is in charge of the effects.
Yo. But one thing though, I will say this though, that like, all right, see, I got an outside perspective on this, bro. Like, I'm not gonna front like I know you or your history or anything like that. I personally wanted you to come on because I look at it like every story has 2 sides. I do not like when people throw out big words like assault and when they say who it's directed towards when it's not directed towards that person. That's why how this came about is important for you to say because this is an opportunity for you to let folks know there's a bunch of people watching this shit and they're watching this shit either to persecute you or to be for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so like
let me go. And I appreciate that. Thank you. So we did the session and we're going outside and we're bullshitting. So this fool's talking, started bringing your name up and start saying this and that. And he saw the Rec 1 CD. You called it something like F off or something, or you ain't shit or something.
Oh, I think it was in it's an old album called it's called Fuck.
Something
Featured
like that.
Unreleased collab collections. It was in the B-side shelf.
Yeah. So he saw that and he was like, look at this shit. And I was like, hey, do you know who that is to him? Like, do you know what's going on with him? Like, hey man, that's my friend, bro. Like, I don't want to hear it, whatever you guys, because that's not what my album's about. And then he was like, oh, well, don't put my song next to his song. I was like, man, that sounds really kind of bitchy. And then my girl was right next to me, and she was like, man, I don't know about this cat, man. And then so I still kept it professional, still kept my mouth shut. I had to give him gas money. I paid for all this. I paid
The
for
treatment,
everything.
because somebody like himself, there's no way you're going to be allowed to be in the same room with him without being belittled or running to grab him a bag of chips, things like that. And
And I was playing, I just really wanted everybody to have a good time. So I was playing the role. So provided all that. Then he was still talking smack. Then when we were done, he didn't like how the in-house, I'm not going to say their names, but the in-house B-side people, how he didn't like their engineering. He thought they were just shitty. And so I was like, all right, where do you want to record? I'll pay for that too. Yeah. Ended up doing that. And then so project done, fucking stressful as hell. Moving on to his girl. And I felt a certain way. And I paid her in advance in September, 5 months ago, $300. And I said...
So September, put a pin in September, right? Because that's where, all right, money was exchanged. And then this is the one thing that...
And I got my receipt for that too.
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of people that have already, taken a firm stance. They don't care what the root of it is. They've already chosen a side. There's really no winning them over. And that's fine. But in the music business and most businesses that I'm aware of, if you're paid for a service, you don't receive the service, you get a refund. Or, hey, look, give me a little bit more time. There's some type of communication back and forth.
Silence was the move.
In a business, if you don't come through on your end, there's going to be some type of backlash, whatever. Now, never forget how close hip hop is to the street, because for a lot of us, it's a way to like distance ourselves from our upbringing, from certain things. It's like, it's giving us an outlet. Like my boy Gutter, he could have went a totally different route, gangbang, this and that, and ended up dead.
Facts.
Yeah, so it gave him an out to be creative. But it's still a business, and it's still close to the street. Now, when you pay somebody for something and services aren't rendered, there's going to be something to happen. Now, again, you're never too far from the street when it comes to the hip-hop stuff. So I know dude has bad business practices, and I've known that as long as I've known him. And it comes from the air of self-entitlement and like, you can't afford me. I'm going to need more, et cetera, et cetera. And I feel like some of that kind of rubbed off onto her. Now, to my understanding, the dude managed her, or he was some type of...
Well, you know what? Like, not to cut you off.
No,
but
go ahead.
At that same studio session, I played her a grip of beats. I made like 5 beats, and I played it for her, and I was like, which one of these do you like? And there was one in particular that I really liked, and she said, okay, I like that too. And I was like, okay, let's move forward, and I'll track it out for you, make it nice, and, And then he got all up in her ear, and I know it was him because he was like that in the studio. He didn't even let her finish hearing it. And so she said, yeah.
Hold on, time out. So you're telling me, and this is what I think a lot of the females, and it's mainly a lot of females that are jumping to her defense. And again, I respect that.
Definitely.
What they're not understanding is the dude coerced her and kind of like pushed her in the direction of already doing funky shit from day one.
So it was just a bad vibe. It was just, every time I tried to talk to her, he would jump in. Every time. So right. I was like, I'm not going to DM her. I'm not going to really talk too much to her. And at no time and point within 5 months span did they say, hey, we still got this thing going on. You still want to do it? Nothing. And then what I took offense to is, yeah, he was talking shit at the B-side show during the recording sessions. Then he was talking about my people that was recording it. And then took the money and then has the nerve to show his face where I spin, where I get down, where my house is. So like, okay, you're going to do all that and just walk past me like I'm not going to say nothing? You got me confused with somebody else, partner.
Just for the record, though, you did tell them in September, that's when it started. And 5 months went by. In that 5-month window.
Silence.
And at the end of the 5 months, did you say, hey, just keep that?
No, not at all.
When was it when you told him to keep the money?
At the beginning.
Okay, so then were you waiting for them to just be cool and be like, nah, bro, we still got you?
I was waiting for him to approach me because I had already cut the girl off. I'm not going to argue with no chick. I don't argue with women. Right. So if he was a real man, he would have said, hey, I heard you and my girl got into it with little something. How can we fix this?
Yeah.
what's
Or
going
here's
on?
your money back.
Or here's your money, go fuck off.
Let's stop there for a second, because in the video that we're going to play,
Wait.
he says that he didn't know anything about any of this.
Man.
Which is, kind of hard to believe. Like I said the other day, like, yo, if I go buy a gallon of milk, my girl knows about it.
Man, you know
Shit
what?
like that. Like, it's really hard to do certain things, especially with money, especially now,
and
without your significant other knowing.
And that's a good point. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
it's all good.
I'm
Go ahead.
really,
Nah, bro, it's your
you.
platform. Go
That's
ahead.
for
We're
you,
just
bro.
trying
Go
to
ahead.
help you get your story out.
Thank you. So if he truly didn't know, then how many other men are giving this woman money without him knowing, and for what? That's the question, because I know what my wifey is doing all the time, and she knows what I'm doing all the time. She's with me everywhere, and should I explain the video before you play it, or you want to play it?
No. Well,
'Cause
before
I know people seen it already.
there's people that have seen it. I know they've made attempts to like flag it and try to get it pulled down, things like that, because they got a whole little troll army or a little platoon of
Oh
trolls.
yeah, I know.
that
They've
are
been hitting me up too, Mr. DJ
And-
Boombai.
And there's not many of them, which goes to show that there's not too many people on that side, but a lot of it is it's
No, but
fe-
I mean, like,
it's
like,
females.
Yeah, it's females, and I feel like it's also dudes that are just gonna jump to the defense because for whatever fucking reason, whether it's thirst or whatever, which is cool, and I get it. Also, I understand that when you don't know the story of shit, it's very easy as a man to say, "Yo, that's fucked up," or as a woman to say, "Yo, that's fucked up," and you run to someone's defense.
So-
that is human nature.
You know what? Like before you
Hold on, but not to cut you off, like, because what I'm trying to say for you is, my whole thing is this: end of the day, what is being said or what was said is that you were there to get at her for the
him.
situation.
him.
You see what I'm saying?
I wasn't there to see
That's
that.
the fact that I want put out, because at the end
yeah.
of the day, people are gonna convolute this and dissolve this in all types of fashions.
He was on
with
the
their
flyer.
personal beliefs.
He was on the flyer. Somebody did make a point and said, if you told her to keep the money, then I don't understand the argument. Now, you can go ahead and tell him your stance, and then I'll tell him mine.
Okay, so the way I'm gonna set this video up, I'm a family man. Everybody knows when I go on the scene, my family's with me. Nobody is entitled to take food off my family's plate without answering to the head of the household. And I run this house. So if you think you can take money away from me and go have a night on the town on me and go buy yourself nice gifts with my money while my family's at home wondering where stuff is, you're gonna have to answer to me. And if I say you're gonna keep my money, then you should be nervous. But there's no way you should keep $300 of mine from my family's plate and you expect not to answer for it.
I feel the same way, because if I was to do something, if I was to get paid for something, and somebody says, "Hey, yo, just keep it," I
get nervous.
I would, because whether it's legal or illegal, however I feel like there's no way that's not going to come back to bite me in the ass eventually.
Yep.
Nobody's just handing out money. Yo, keep that. I know I paid you for that, but keep that. Unless your relationship with them was really good and you are close personal friends and you're like, look, I'm not tripping on the $20 I paid you, whatever. But in this case, you didn't know them personally.
No.
And I feel the same way. If somebody paid me to do something and they told me to keep it, that's basically saying, yo, rub it on your fucking chest.
And let me go into it with this, because I see things on the screen. I didn't attack no female.
Well, we'll get into that, because I'm pretty sure this motherfucker, and he knows who he is, and that's why I don't see him like I used to. We used to be friends.
Well, let me
He's
set
about
it up.
to lose a friend in a minute.
let me set it up, and let me just start off by this, man. I am a family man, so any females out there that are wilding out and acting up, that's okay. You're supposed to, but let me paint this picture. That's why I'm here, out in public, telling my story, because I don't hit females. I don't hurt females, and at no time and point did I ever want to speak to her. She was getting up in my face, and she was telling me something. And during the time, I did not ever once call her out of her name. Did I say bitch? Did I say none of that? I hardly even cussed. I said, I'm going to hold you accountable for what she says. She was wilding out. I came to see the man. Now, she was there, then she was there. But at no time and point did I ever touch her or ever call her out her name. So before you start calling me, a woman beater and this and that, get your facts right. Because, let me apologize to all the females out there, because there's a lot of queens out there that hold me down and back me up, and they know that I'm not like that. I take my little boy to these, video shoots. Everybody knows my son. Everybody knows my girl, because that's how I roll. And I keep a good house.
So is there anything in the video specifically where you're like, look, I apologize for this, this, and this? Is there anything in there where you feel like, look, hey, all right, I was a little out of line for this or that? Is there anything you want people to know?
Yeah, I do, because they're saying that I hit her and they said they ambushed her. I didn't ambush. I do things on my own. I went over there by myself because I'm a man. So I went over there and I was talking to him, and there was a part where she was saying, she called the police and she was like, yes, his name is DJ Hectik. And I got up in the phone, did not touch her, and I said, yeah, I'm motherfucking DJ Hectik. And when I did that, he had grabbed me first. So let's get the record straight. He put his hands on me first. But a lot of people don't know this about me, but I have a black belt in Kung Fu. So he grabbed my hand, I reversed it, and I had his hand, and I was going to pop him.
And this part in the video was, I think, when she saw that you guys were, in contact.
Yeah, and
she kind of swooped in.
And she did, and I told him, you're going to put your hands on me, bro? You're going to put your hands on me? I'm going to fuck you up, dude. But I still did not deliver the strike, and I had his hand, and she was coming forward, and I put his hand like that, and I put like a gate. So I blocked her with his own hand.
Yeah, but we'll get into that after we play it. But okay. What I'm saying is as far as...
No, I never touched her.
I'm saying is, well, there's a part in there where you shove her.
No, I didn't. That was the part that I was describing. If you look at it closely, not Fools Gone Wild, look at it closely.
I was about to fucking say that.
I know someone was going to say, look at it closely. No. So I have his hand, and she was coming. And
not that the situation is funny like that, but if you see Fools Gone Wild, you know what the fuck
it's my fault, huh? So I had him like this, and she was coming, and his arm made like a gate, and I pushed him off, and they both went back, and I took 2 steps back to clear out a board so I can box if he wanted to retaliate. And you know what? I didn't sucker punch him. I caught him slipping, yes.
A couple times. He left himself wide open.
But I gave him so many opportunities to be like, you know what? Fuck this fool. Go in the car. Just don't let me good jump. I'm going to box with this dude. It was a fair one the whole time because I don't hit cowards and I don't hit women.
Is there anything in the video that you want to apologize for?
Exactly. Like we said, you have this platform literally to speak your piece on the matter, bro.
I just want to apologize to all the females out there thinking that I'm a certain way. But I'm telling you right now, I have nothing to apologize for because I looked up like a man and I didn't nut up. It was a strategic talk to the man himself. Now, she was wilding out saying she was afraid of her life. Just run the video and it speaks for itself.
Hold on. I'm not the check her, homie. Check her, homie. Check her. With all that shit you were talking to me, say it right now.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, babe. Please back away. Hold on, babe.
Say that shit you were talking. Hold on, check your lady, homie.
Hold on.
I'm gonna hold him accountable for what the fuck you said.
Hold on. Hey, yo, hold up, bro. Hold on.
Hey, you think I get money out, homie?
Hold on.
You didn't think you would see me again?
Bro, hold on. The last time I saw you, bro, we did a video and mixed a song.
What about her money? The money
bro,
you
hold on. Bro, this is the first time you've spoken to me. Bro.
You know
what? No, I don't really know what's going on.
Okay,
bro.
I paid her. I paid her. She didn't give me nothing.
Again, his name is DJ Hectik.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on the
Hey, hold on. I'm protecting my word. Hold on. You gotta put your hands on your neck. I'm protecting my word. Hold on.
He's not gonna touch you.
Babe, hold on.
He's not gonna touch you.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna say one thing. Bro. We grown ass men. I have no beef with you. Hey, hold on.
Hold on.
I'm gonna stay right here and I'm calling the cops.
Bro, no, you're not.
Hey, yo, come get this.
Yeah,
hold on, bro. Hold on. Bro, I'm about to be late for an interview for what?
So?
I have no beef with you. Hey, bro, what
Gave you?
That's it.
Okay, so
Wait. At the end, you can clearly see my hands were down to my side,
Yeah, you didn't spray anybody.
and I didn't punch nobody, and I had no weapons.
Okay, I mean, there's a lot to unpack from that, but I
And
guess
you can see, you know, she's like, "Well, you want to fight with the girl?" I said, "No, I'm gonna hold him accountable to what you say." So I didn't even want to talk to her at all. I didn't go see to talk to. I wanted to talk to him.
you had a lot of opportunities. You could have walked up and pushed her. I give her a lot of props because, yo, she's down for her dude.
She's pretty
Unfortunately,
Now she got hard, bro.
got
At
hard.
the end of
She's
the
got
day,
hard.
she's got mad hard actually
Yes,
because
yeah.
she jumped up like a couple fucking times.
I was on him to a point where, all right, if I let him gain too much ground, then I'm giving up my control. Never did I put my hands up. I could have. Oh my God, I wanted to just grab him by the collar and just. But you know what? I wanted to make sure this was very well documented. And you know what? A day later, I did receive a call from Detective Reed from Covina Police, and he asked me what happened.
yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah, they called me the next day. He asked me my side of the story, and I told him. And he said, all right, well, this is your opportunity to tell me the truth. What do you got to say about the matter? Told him exactly what happened. And then I said, well, you know, before I tell you any more, just know that I have what happened. I'm assuming he called them and said, all right, with what you put on the police report, is that going to line up with his video? And when I got there, man, I waited for like 4 hours. An officer came out. And I was just waiting by myself, no phone, no nothing, because I thought I was going to go in. And they said, no, well, they retracted the statement. And I said, well, I brought the video, I brought receipts, and they let me go.
Let's time out real quick.
Time out.
They called and said you assaulted.
Yeah, well, they said that I had like chest bumped or I had
Whatever
jumped him or
whatever was
something.
said was retracted is my point.
Yeah.
But the detective said, hey, come see me. Don't make me come get you.
Yeah, and I said, I'll be there right after work. And I kept my word because, you know, I'm a man of my word.
You don't know what's on that police report.
I have no
Not
idea.
yet, because you haven't gotten a copy. You know,
Well, they asked me, it was like, well, you know, in the video, he put his hands on me first. And he was like, do you want to do anything? And I told the officer just like this, like, nah, I'm not a rat. I'm good. I just want to go home.
so you had an opportunity to flip it and say, hey, he actually put his hands on me. I want to do this. I want to, you know, and just go that whole route. But let me ask you why you didn't do that.
Because I don't get down like that.
The way it was phrased, I don't know if you have the tweet, the screenshot, but I was shown something that says something along the lines that you sprayed her. Like it was almost like he went directly at me type of deal.
Now, well, in the video, you clearly see I'm at the end, on the corner with my hands to my side, and then you hear the pepper spray. So that shit came from behind my back. I just want to tell you, you know what? This shit hurt my feelings too, dog, because I feel that I showed these people nothing but love, and this is how they repay me. You know, up until this point, I had like a high respect for this person, and that's why I showed him so much love. And in the end, that's how he does me. So you know what? A couple months went by, I felt, all right, cool, walk it off, whatever. Then a couple months, like Christmas came, and I was looking at the Christmas tree. I was like, man, that could have been a little bit more for my son. Or when my girl tells me she's hungry at work, I was like, damn, I could have hooked that up. And about the money, yeah, it's tough times and stuff like that. Go ahead and keep it. But let that be a lesson to you. For the next time around, you think you can throw dirt on my name? Look what happens to you. And you know what? I put that video out not to go and hurt him. I never had intentions of hurting
I did.
But you know what? I want to make an example. I'm just not nobody, homie. I'm just not some dude around the way, because you do that to little young bucks trying to come up in the game, but you met the wrong person. And I'm going to tell you right now, I did not want to do that. And it still makes me feel bad that you made me act outside of my character, because that's not what I'm about. If he still feels some kind of way, and it's understandable, I'll give him a fair one, and we can box it up and then shake hands and walk different ways, because I'll still do that.
So just so
That's right,
people,
man.
just so
That's right.
people are aware, you are willing to go heads up and have a fair one with him if he wants to take it that route to salvage what little is left of his reputation.
Yeah, and we're going to bring a hat. I'm going to put the hat. You put the money in there. Someone's going to take it. And then we square up. Whoever wins, wins. I'll give you that. But I don't think he's going to want that. And it's okay if you don't, because I'm not a bully. I don't hit cowards. And I don't hit women either.
I brought you on here just so people know that there's no assault. Let's get back into the video, and we'll stop it at certain points.
Hey, yo, and also, man, props to you, dude, for being composed about the situation. This shit is a high emotional situation, And it's never easy to come out and speak on your own behalf when you got so much shit going on right now.
Oh, I'm hyped, but you know what?
No, man. But definitely though, man. Like I appreciate you actually responding to what it is. Like I said, man. I don't know you, so much respect for that.
Thank you, man.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no,
because
definitely.
A lot of people are coming down on my head.
So let's go from the top. I think the people that are going at you, it's a lot of her friends that are, trying to maintain that. I mean, really, there's nobody that's spoken up for him.
And it's okay. That's her friends. They're supposed to.
That's why I say, like, yo, I take my hat off to you guys because you feel like your homegirl was wronged and you guys are stepping up for her. So there's people that have said, funny shit to me, disrespect. And it's all women saying, things to me, trolling me. And I'm not calling them bitches and this and that. There's only one instance where I said something to her because I do know who she is. She knows who she is. And that was it. It's because I don't want women to think that I condone, people putting hands on anybody or things like that.
And people who hit women, men that hit women are busters and they are bitches. And I agree with them. That shit ain't right. That's why I went to her man.
So end of the day though, I think what you do need to convey more than anything, man, is that obviously you do regret the fact that she had to even be involved in the situation.
Oh, yeah,
and I think
so. Did you feel bad that like, fuck, she's here? Like, I hate to use the word feel, but the thing is like, yo, I didn't mean for you to even be. You're the cause of this.
I didn't want her
in a
to
sense.
see that. I didn't
but
want
like,
her to see that.
Yeah,
but that's
because
her fault.
Again, he was on the flyer. If he would have shown up alone, it would have been a totally different story. So I don't think the video would have been that long either, to be honest, because I don't know how many hold-ons you can get out before you get fucking punched in the fucking mouth. But anyway, so we're gonna go back into the video and we're gonna play it. If you don't mind, you pick a spot where you want to stop. I'll pick a spot where I want to stop.
Okay, so right there, I'm telling her, now I run it real quick. So this is when I approached him, and she was like, "Oh, you want to talk to me?" I was like, "No, I came to talk to him. You got my money." And she was talking shit about him. I was like, "All right, all that shit you were saying on the internet, same right now." And then this clip that says, "I'm gonna hold you accountable for what the fuck she said."
So there's a part in here where you said you turned away and you gave him an opportunity to
there.
take. Hold on, pause it. Yeah, there's a part where he could have stole on you when you turned to call somebody. I believe you were calling a female, is what you told me. Because
not right there.
No, rewind it. That's why I say you got to stop it at a certain spot. So keep going back.
Oh, she said, "Oh, you're gonna hit me? I'm right here." I was like, "No."
It's before that. It's before this. Start it all over. Look at. There's a part where you turn around, and it's
right here.
Yeah, right where she says something. We'll play the audio in a second, and you turn around. Right
here.
There.
He could have stolen.
Yeah, he could have got you. So pause it. So in that part, you called the female because she was getting.
She was like, "I'm right here." She was getting all mouthy and sassy.
Because she's got more heart than he does, so she's like, "Fuck it."
So I was with my girl.
If he ain't gonna be willing to square.
Hold on.
So I was with my girl, and I said, "Yo," she was like, "Oh, you want to come? You want to say something to me? You want to say?" And I was like, "No." And I was like,
So when they say that two dudes was coming at her, you see what I'm saying?
Somebody was recording the event. My girl was there, and if she got rowdy, I'm not gonna.
You had a female on site. Okay,
my girl, my queen.
See, man.
So that's how my girl rolls. She was like, "I'm not gonna let them. If she gets all up on you, I'm not gonna give you a chance to put your hands on her. I'm gonna do it for you if she gets."
Let's
rowdy.
get into this part. He's
So
reaching
look,
into
he's
his car
reaching to
right
his
there.
car.
Pause it.
Pause.
Boom. See
Pause
that?
that.
Yo, he could have went and got something, and you reacted.
And I saw that. Go back
You
to
reacted the right way.
So she was like, "This is DJ Hectik."
So look, he reaches in.
right there.
Boom. All right. Now,
I don't know what the fuck.
if you
he
were
was-
there to harm her, that was your perfect opportunity because he turned away.
Look, and he's going for something in his car, and I saw that.
He was putting CDs away. He's trying to look busy, whatever.
And then
Boom.
see, look, he
All right,
grabbed my
now
hand.
you got okay.
So that's where I grabbed his hand.
And this is the part that everybody has an issue with.
Okay, now go frame by frame. See look, I have my hand on his hand. Right there. Pause that. Go again. Right there, again.
You're holding his wrist.
His wrist.
Okay,
yes.
look, see, she's
So,
walking in.
to me.
Yeah,
And
she's walking into
And
I'm
she's
you.
got
walking
the
back.
phone up.
I'm walking back.
She's trying
So
to
look,
untangle it.
Right here. Now go again. Now you see where his hand is in front of her? Go again. Look, more. See, I grab his hand. Look, go again. See, it's on his wrist. Everybody, I want you to see that. Now go ahead, play. See, it's still on his wrist.
And he's moving his arm.
And she's getting in front of me. Now, click again. Watch. See? And I still have it because I said, you want to put your hands on me? And then, you see, look, with his hand, because that's still his hand right there, I push them both back. Now, click again. Now, I take 2 steps back to gain my ground. See? Now, I never once, because she was getting in my face, so it's called bridging the gap or closing the gap. So she was coming in, and I just used his hand to push him away.
I feel like she wouldn't have let him fight, and that's problematic. There's a lot of women that don't. It's a pride thing too. It's a pride thing too. They don't want their boyfriend to get beat up because then they got to make.
I understand because
again from the gate, it's a lot of respect for her in this whole situation because she's the one who had the heart to be out there like a warrior in front of the whole situation.
But then you listen to their music; they're talking about fuck the police. Well, they're best friends with the police.
Yeah, then they call the police. So
she says right there, "I'm gonna call the cops," and I said, "Go ahead, call the cops."
So there's a part here where, this is where the spraying starts in a second.
No, hold on. Look at my hands. Freeze that.
No. We'll go right back to it.
Okay.
Don't worry. We're not gonna. Don't worry. Nah, man, it's good, man.
And it's coming up in a second.
Right there, she's like, "I'm gonna call the cops."
Yeah, I remember that part. We'll play it again, but with the audio.
And
He's checking his watch. He has no time for this, bro. I don't have time for this.
Look at my hands. I got my hands down.
I don't have time for this, mas puto.
He's got his hands down. Look, I ain't got no weapons in my hand.
This motherfucker today.
I'm face to face with him.
With the considerable gap.
Huge. Look, both my hands were down.
The spraying starts. You didn't spray.
Nah.
Now, I believe what you're saying, and you said that Destruct actually owed the guy who sprayed Destruct money.
Allegedly.
Correct?
The other person was simply recording. I don't know where that stuff came out.
And what's even fucking worse is that when people try to do this whole thing, like they want to shame you into not defending somebody just because they think automatically they're wrong or in the wrong. Yeah, and that to me is the whole reason that this is happening today.
And you know what? I read,
because honestly, if it was some other shit where it was like, yo, you know what, you were wrong, my guy, and
you wouldn't be on here, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't show my
big
face
facts,
everywhere,
big fucking facts.
Because everybody knows me. Everybody knows how I get down. I would burn my spot everywhere. And you know what? Let me just go on for the record to say, like this right here is pretty embarrassing, man, because I worked at some high-level jobs, like at UCLA. I worked at the Jam Master Jay Scratch Academy. I've done a lot of cool shit, and you guys don't even.
You work with Destruct.
My the thing is, I don't drop names like that, but I've done a lot of dope shit. But
that is fucking dope, man. Jam Master Jay Academy, that's hard, man.
Man,
Hell
like just DJing with everybody I'm affiliated with. I'm not a name dropper. This is pretty embarrassing to me too. But at least I have,
I hear you, G.
a platform to speak my side because I wanted to get the record straight, and I wanted to tell all these women because some of them know me, some of them don't. But I wanted to let you know from me first, and not me going around choosing silence and have everybody kick dirt on my name. And I never said nothing. There's a couple people like Mumbai, little buster, but you know what? It's okay. Guys weren't there, and it's not your money. If it's not your money, people can say whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you don't know what's going on in my household.
Yeah, so basically, like, it's like anything else. If this was celebrities, which is, he's definitely not, but he feels he is. Cheap shot. But
I mean, but on some basic shit is real Reservoir Dogs right here. It's like, yo, we're supposed to be fucking professionals, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Bro. And I gave him money up front, no questions asked, on the strength, because I already know who you are, and you're just gonna just walk around all happy-go-lucky. Oh, he gave me the money.
So yeah,
without
on a face card, you gave him that money, thinking you good for this because you supposedly this rap guy.
Yeah, without going in a circle. Pretty much, that part is covered. You paid, he didn't come through. He didn't keep his word. I was hit up by a good 3 or 4 people that told me a similar story as far as, I paid him for a fucking verse. I didn't get it. I paid him for this. I didn't get it. I shot him a beat. He used it, never gave me credit. Things like that, where it's just a lot of little grimy tactics that I feel, again, rubbed off on her. And that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Hopefully she picks a winner next time. But with this, you had to come out and say something, and we extended the invite. I want her to know, like, hey, look, this isn't a completely one-sided thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
At all.
You can come here and I want you to feel absolutely safe. I know your man doesn't make you feel that way, but I promise you, when you're here in our presence, you'll be completely safe.
If it just so you know, the moment that he told me, dude, what had happened when you reached out by law and you got that all cleared up, I was like, we gotta definitely get this out here for you. And Pawz,
Thank you.
You know, you give it up to Pawz, man, because I know a lot of people don't got the
that's
guts
what's
to
up.
even do that shit. They're just
That's
gonna step
dope.
back from the situation
And just let me get
and not want to
buried.
touch it. But it's like, yo, man, you know,
yeah.
I'm very happy that you were able to come down here and speak your piece on the matter.
Real quick, here's an example. Polka. She said,
oh my God.
I love the work we did with Hectik. Thanks for coming correct and professional. So here's a female MC. So I think initially,
And you know what? With I'm sorry.
the way she kind of, painted it was he sprayed me because I didn't like his beat. That was just the you know what I mean?
Hey man, you know what? Disrupt, man. You brought this on your shit. You brought this on yourself, homeboy. Don't ever look at me thinking like I'm a chump and I don't walk around here because I don't drop names and I don't do this and that. As you can tell from the people who've been talking to you, you can tell who the fuck I am now, bro. That's why I looked in the camera and said, I'm motherfucking DJ Hectik. You go around saying a DJ punked you, yeah, let them know it was DJ Hectik, homie, because there's only one. And you know what? A lot of people are talking about because I hit him up like a nut from the streets, because there was a person he was calling Chunti, and I'm Mexican. Look at the fucking bandera on my face.
So that's the dude that sprayed him.
No, I don't know that because that was behind my back.
So whoever it was that sprayed him,
Chunti and things like that. That's my race, homie.
He's burned a lot of people, so it could be anybody.
You're a Brazilian going around calling Mexican people Chunti. I ain't gonna let that slide. So you know what? I approached you, and a lot of people are asking me, and a lot of people, this a neighborhood thing. Nope.
Tuna Beats says, I've dealt with the guy. Business is trash.
Good, man. Good, man.
So yeah,
good, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
Nah, you good, bro. No, honestly, you good, bro. To me, if you watching this and you seeing what it is, and you got some common fucking sense, then obviously the shit is bullshit, and it just kind of it's fucked up because, when people get their emotions involved and they get law enforcement involved, like they don't fucking think about the repercussions of shit. Like, yo, you could have been in fucking jail for this shit.
And I was listening to his music, and he was like, "Oh yeah, fuck the police." I was like, "Man, you best friends with the police."
That sucks, man.
You're one of the few listening to his music, but
and then trip out. I'm still gonna put it on my album because I like the damn
Yeah.
song. It's a good song, and the video.
Hey, bro,
even
you
better.
own the vocals. You paid for them.
yeah.
It's mine now. And you know what? If he doesn't want me to put out the song, if he does not, I'll go on the record here. If you do not want to put the song out, I will, you know what? I'm open to that, but you need to repay me every cent that I put in it. And I'm not going to say the numbers,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of numbers. You pay for it, I'll give you everything and delete it off my hard drive, and we can call it a day. Plus the 300 that what's her name took, Musty Girl, Silver and Mold, is that her name? Silver and Gold plated?
So-
It's
Yo.
fake.
All right. So male, female, bad business practices because you feel like you're somebody above other people. That shit can't be tolerated.
A lot of these people, and even you told me, oh, I do it on the strength, but that's not what I was looking for because I know everybody involved with this project would do it for me. But this was going to be something by an artist for other artists. So when I sit at the table, bro, my homie Frost right there, I taught him how to DJ. When I sit at the table, when I eat, everybody sitting at the table is going to eat.
That's right, man. Hell yeah.
That's how
Hell
I
yeah.
do it. And then when you disrupt that program, hey man, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not rich, bro. I'm not rich at all. I'm going through my own financial shit with fucking child support and all that shit, and I'm on point. I'm one payment overpaid because it's my little boy. But you know what? Like when you do shit like that, this is still street level hip hop. And
Yeah.
I don't got a lot of money. All I got is my name. And when that shit is questioned or tarnished, this is the response. And it all comes back. You brought this upon yourself, thinking you're entitled to a hard working man's money. You're not, and you were wrong. And now you're embarrassed. And for that, you blame yourself.
Like the homie said, it's a PSA. Shout out to Merck. It's a PSA for people doing bad business. Again, there's a lot of people that I know that have burned him that won't publicly say for whatever reason that Destruct burned them. They won't say that. I have no fucking problem, obviously. So we got to get rid of these dirt balls doing this shit because there's a generation
Thank you,
coming
Rosanna.
up.
I see you.
Well, you know what? They get rid of themselves like doing shit like this, bro.
Thank you. Yeah. So
We don't need this in the hip hop community, man. We all need to eat
And that's what
together.
I'm saying. That's why we right here, man, because it's like, yo, at the end of the day, this is our, this is our fucking city. This is our fucking hip hop, this whole area, this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, You don't want that.
You don't want that.
You don't want bad shit going around. You don't want, you know what I'm saying? That shit is poison.
Well,
that's why a lot of shit goes bad to begin with. So it's like, it's fragile. People got to be way better and be held accountable.
And you know what? A lot of people are hitting me up on Instagram and shit like that. I'm taking screenshots too, because I know that maybe in the eyes of the law, this is not over. But please send me all those things, because you know what? I told the officer, he said, "Are you going to pursue this?" I said, "Nope, I'm done." So they keep sending me all these text messages, and believe it or not, I'm saving screenshots too, because
Just in case.
you're building your own case. So when I do go back, this is what you're hitting me with. And I'm not accepting friends requests right now. I'm just laying low. I'm off the grid. So if you send me something, it's not personal. I just do not wish to speak about it with anybody that was not there here, because I wanted to see, I want everybody to know my side of the story. But
straight up, man.
Yeah, don't be sending me stuff, and don't be attacking me and stuff. You weren't even there. You have no idea. It's not your money. It's not your business. So stay out of it. Stay out. I know it's your friends.
And
You're
it's
supposed
only-
to
Please
there's only
don't be thirsty either, and don't use this shit as a way to get in with people or none of that
Yeah,
shit. Now, if you're
don't
out
do
here
that.
as women supporting
Don't do that.
women, we fucking salute you. That's dope. You
again,
should be doing
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
you know
and
what
you
I'm
know
saying?
what?
And if we thought this shit was wrong, believe me, we would be right there with that shit. But honestly, we thought the opposite of this, and that's why we're here today.
And that's why I came out, because I could be laying low and I can be like a coward, like, come out in the night and then lay low in the daytime. Nope, that's not me. Everybody knows who DJ Hectik is. When I give you my word, and I tell you something, I do it.
I know that people are gonna kind of, circle like vultures. They're gonna circle around this for a while.
Go on the streets, you find me there
Nah, man.
faster.
At the end of the day, I think this is definitely like about as crystal as we can make it for folks, really, to see the side of the situation, man. Big up to you for having the courage to jump up and like really get in front of this shit and not let your name get tarnished over this dumb shit. People should not use any platform that they have to cry wolf.
Yeah.
End of the day.